Hi, everyone, and welcome to the prompt for your first writing assignment. For the literacy narrative, you will basically be developing a narrative essay about an aspect of your personal development related to a topic I've chosen, which is borders. Borders is a term used very loosely here, and it can mean language borders or barriers, cultural borders, class borders, geographical borders, political borders, and so on. So, for example, maybe you grew up speaking a language and suddenly you had to speak a different language for some reason. Or maybe you traveled or moved around a little bit and that impacted who you are. Or maybe you traveled and moved around to places where you had to experience a new culture or a new language or a new social reality or anything like that. And these, and what you're looking for is things that have impacted who you are, that have led to certain goals and paths and perspectives. And these are the kind of things that I want you to think about and write about here. So borders in this sense is very loose, and it's pretty open to anything that you find interesting about your development as a student and a thinker and a an adult, any of those aspects. So also, for example, maybe you're a Democrat in a family of Republicans. Maybe you have a different social or political perspective than some of the people around you, and that's been interesting and formative for you. Maybe money was tight growing up, and you have a unique perspective on life that you think others don't have for this reason. So the topic is very open, but I want you to think about some aspect of your life that is important to who you are and that matters to to you and that you think is unique. And tell me and tell us and write a paper about how this topic changed you, informed you, and led to your development as a person, a student, and adult. So we will be focusing here on narration, description, and a central idea or thesis. And I'll have much more content about all of these aspects to come as we read through the textbook and as I add the course content and develop some materials for you to use in writing your paper. But generally, the assignment, the requirement is a 2 to 3 page paper. So 2 pages minimum for will satisfy the minimum criteria for a grade. So you need 2 pages to the bottom of the page, formatting correctly to be considered for a grade. So basically, 2 pages, the bare minimum. I would prefer more like 3 pages. That'll get you, a better grade for the most part. And then other formatting requirements are a 12 point Times New Roman font, which is just standard. So please, no strange fonts. 12 point, double spaced with just regular double space papers. So please no strange spacing or strange fonts or anything like that. And we'll be using MLA formatting. So I'll be providing a checklist next week as we move towards the due date for this short assignment. But it really would help you to get familiarized with the guidelines online. So you can you can Google Purdue OWL, so Purdue OWL, MLA, and just follow the results for that. So the Purdue OWL, as you will see in your Google results, has a very, very comprehensive website for everything you could ever want to know about college writing or writing in general. It's an amazing website. I highly recommend you browse it and kind of look at the content. They also have a sample MLA paper on their page, which I'll add a link to on this page. And then you can use that to kind of form your own paper. So all of the issues, all of the formatting issues that I've mentioned will be there. And then you can kind of model your paper on that paper, but on their sample paper. But those are basically the general requirements for this assignment. Um, the the working topic and outlines are due on Thursday, and then a draft will be due next Tuesday. And um, I just want to mention that for all of my assignments, for all of these writing assignments, if you have a topic and you want to play around with it or change it, nothing that happens necessarily in the outline section or in the draft section is written in stone. You feel free to change it, rewrite it, rework it, play around with your ideas, reorganize it as you go. So the only thing that's in stone basically is the final paper. So don't be afraid to kind of change around and play with your ideas and experiment and think about different structures and different ways of approaching the topic. But the outline and the topic for this week is going to be due on Thursday. So that's basically it. Please let me know if you have any questions about the assignment, and I look forward to reading your work. Thanks.